Hello, my name is Sean Scott, and the topic today that I will be discussing is called the mental effect social media has on your life. The impact social media has had on most people has become detrimental. Most people aren't happy in their lives, and social media has a lot to do with that. Some of us aren't satisfied with how we look, and so we go seek out validation from others. American adults are not as happy as previous generations before, and there's data to prove it. In the Washington Post article, the General Social Survey took data and they noticed that the change is driven by the number of people who say that they are not happy, 13% in 2018 versus 8% in 1990. That's a more than 50% increase. Through my research, I learned that social media has led some people to have anxiety, loneliness, to be insecure, and depressed. Some humans feel a sense of belonging in their social circles. People post content with the hope of receiving positive feedback. Couple that content with a stretcher of potential future reward, and you get a recipe for constantly checking platforms. When reviewing others' social activities, people tend to make comparisons such as, did I get as many likes as someone else? Or why didn't this person like my post but the other person did? They're searching for validation on the internet that serves as a replacement for meaningful connections they may not otherwise make in real life. So, social media can lead to anxiety and depression. Cyberbullying can potentially lead to suicide. Making fun of someone and insulting them online is not only life-threatening, it also causes you to be mentally ill. Here you have situations in which not just teenagers but also adults committing suicide, all because of the negative attention they are receiving online. It does not matter where it's coming from, it only matters what's being said. And anytime you go online, you get insulting messages from people every day, it becomes very stressful. For example, when 14-year-old Hannah Smith died by suicide, she had allegedly been cyberbullied on Ask FM. Anonymous questions are a hallmark of the social networking site available in 150 countries with 150 million users, around half of whom are under 18. There are benefits to social media, such as networking with other people and sharing the highlights of every moment you have in your life. You also get to create better opportunities for yourself, meaning you can make profit on the internet depending on how entertaining you are to the media. Social media is not a horrible thing. I just believe that we've gotten to a point where we can't live without it or depend on it. It's almost like a drug. We've let it get the best of us. Mary Ann mentioned that social media keeps dispersed families in touch with one another. It helps keep unaccompanied children safe from traffickers. The effect it has on the youth is amazing. The earlier teens start using social media, the greater impact platforms have on mental health. This is especially true for females. While teen males tend to express aggression physically, females do so relationally by excluding others and sharing hurtful comments. Most teenagers are easily influenced or misled by the wrong things. It has been mentioned by Tahana Milosevic that the role of social media in shaping national, global political landscapes came to the fore in the aftermath of the Iranian elections in 2009, and then in popular uprisings of North Africa and the Middle East. These and other incidents indicate that social media may play a significant role in future information-based conflict. Social media increases the opportunity for such harmful interactions. Sperling offers the example of 7th grader whose best friend chooses a new best friend and posts pictures of the pair of the movies or on the weekend trip. 20 years ago, a girl may have excluded her from her best friend's activities, but she may not have known about it unless she was told explicitly, Sperling says. In addition to providing young people with a window through which they can view missed experiences, social media puts a distorted lens on appearances and reality. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat increase the likelihood of seeing unrealistic filtered photos at a time which teen bodies are changing. So, in conclusion, we as a society need to understand the effects social media does to our mental capacity first. In addition to that, we need to become more careful what we're putting on the internet. Anytime you hit that send button, you should always take into consideration what kind of effect it can have on not only your life but also others. Social media has a reinforcing nature. Using it activates the brain's reward center by releasing a dopamine, which is a feel-good chemical linked to pleasurable activities such as sex, food, and social interaction. The platforms are designed to be addictive and are assorted with anxiety, depression, and even physical elements. On top of that, we need to stop using social media to validate ourselves. Instead, we should use it for a business or just not go on it if you seriously can't handle what others think of you. We need to be thinking in ways where it can help us, not harm us. According to the Pew Research Center, 69% of adults and 81% of teens in the U.S. use social media. This puts a large amount of the population at an increased risk of feeling anxious, depressed, or ill over the social media use. When using social media, you need to be aware of the effects it can have on your mental. If we continue to keep allowing this, we will have more unhappy people, more failed marriages, and also more insecure people. These people were allowing people to dictate how you feel instead of just doing whatever makes you happy. You can't focus on the things you can't control, or else you will be controlled. If we all try to do all these things, I believe more people will be happier. They would also have a better understanding of how social media is and its purpose. So once you have the understanding and knowledge of something, you can use it to your advantage. That's called power. But when you're focused on trying to get the approval from everyone else, you'll never truly be happy with yourself. Instead, you'll just continue to be insecure, sadly. We must educate ourselves and the youth so that they can live better lives. It takes discipline and understanding to do all these things. None of it will be easy because we as humans all have urges and temptations. However, we must find a way to live another day. Thank you.